Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Hello, grade ones, and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa, and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is Sources of Energy. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, we know that we need to sanitize. So let's take our sanitizer and rub inside our hands, around our hands, in between our fingers, on our wrists, and our fingertips too. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we will be doing reading comprehension, color by number, and number bonds.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
For our lesson, boys and girls, let us start on page 17. On page 17, we are going to be doing our reading comprehension. Now remember, we read our reading comprehension 3 times. The first time is to understand what the story is all about. Then the second time is after we have read our questions. And then the third time is when we are confirming that our questions, or rather our answers, are correct. So let's read this one together. I want us to please follow each other. Use your pencil or your finger to say each word out loud. Let's begin. Jack and David were the fastest bicycle riders in the whole school. They decided to have a big race on Saturday. David put air in his tires. He oiled the chain. He checked the frame of his bicycle to make sure everything was just right. Jack did not do anything to his bicycle. His bicycle had cost 3 times as much as David's bicycle. Jack thought that nothing could possibly go wrong. He laughed about all the work David was doing while he watched a movie. Jack and David arrived at the race the next day. Ben shouted, "Go!" The boys began to pedal. Suddenly, Jack heard a noise. The chain had fallen off his bicycle. David kept on pedaling and won the race. Wow, what an exciting comprehension! And I'm sure now we know all about the story. So now that we have read it the first time, it's time to look at our questions. Remember, we read them 2 times so that we can understand what is being asked. Number 1 says, what would be a good title for this story? What would be a good title for this story? Number 2 says, should Jack have checked his bicycle like David did? Motivate your answer. Should Jack have checked his bicycle like David did? Motivate your answer. Number 3 says, why do you think Jack thought that a more expensive bicycle would have any problems? Why do you think Jack thought that a more expensive bicycle would not have any problems? Number 4 says, who do you think should have won the race and why? Who do you think should have won the race and why? Then the last one, number 5 says, what should Jack do next time? What should Jack do next time? So now that we have read our questions, boys and girls, we now need to hunt for our answers. And in order to do that, we need to read it again. So let's start again from the beginning of the story, starting from the word Jack. Keep your eyes and ears wide open. Let's begin. Jack and David were the fastest bicycle riders in the whole school. They decided to have a big race on Saturday. David put air in his tires. He oiled the chain. He checked the frame of his bicycle to make sure everything was just right. Jack did not do anything to his bicycle. His bicycle had cost 3 times as much as David's bicycle. Jack thought that nothing could possibly go wrong. He laughed about all the work David was doing while he watched a movie. Jack and David arrived the next day. At the race, Ben shouted, "Go!" The boys began to pedal. Suddenly, Jack heard a noise. The chain had fallen off his bicycle. David kept on pedaling and won the race. So this has been our comprehension. Now I want you boys and girls to now start trying to answer your questions. Remember to make sure that you go back and confirm that all your answers are correct. Have fun, and I'll see you soon after the advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
For the next part of our exercise, boys and girls, let's all turn to page 18. On page 18, we have some coloring to do. But not just any coloring, boys and girls. We are going to color by number. Now, it's important for us to first find our answers. Any answers that fall within the colors that you see is what you're going to color that space. So, if you have the answer 2, you need to color it light green. Let's take a look at the other colors that we're going to use for the answers. Now remember, any answer that you get, you need to color it that color. So we said number 2, or your answer is 2, that's light green. If your answer is 3, that's purple. If your answer is 4, you're going to color that space black. If your answer is 5, you're going to color dark green. If your answer is 6, you're going to color it red. If your answer is 7, you're going to color it blue. And if your answer is yellow, or rather 8, you're going to color it yellow. And then the last one, if your answer is 9, you are going to color that orange. So first, find out what answers you're going to get. Make sure that your answers are correct for each one. Once everything is done, that's when you can start coloring according to your answers. Take your time, and when you're done with that, you can move to the next page, page 19. On page 19, we are going to continue with our mathematics, but this time we're going to be doing simple computations, or rather number bonds. What we're going to do is add everything up to 10. So 10 is our main number, and then we need to find out the rest. Some numbers are missing at the answer side, some in the middle, and some we are going to find out by using our number line, or in this case today with me, we're going to be using our fingers. So let's take a look at the 2 that I put on the board so we can do them together. Now we are lucky because we have 10 fingers, 5 on one side and 5 on the other side. So what's going to happen is we're going to use our fingers to add or subtract. The first one says 10 minus 3 equals box. So the first thing we need to do is have 10 fingers. And then we're going to take away 3. Are you ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Now that 3 are taken away, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means our answer, boys and girls, is 7. Good job if you knew the answer before I said it. Now the next one actually has its answer. The answer is 10. But we still need to find out what is in the middle box. So again, we start with our 10 fingers and we are going to take away 5 to try and find our middle number. So we say we have 10 and we're going to take away 5. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that must be our answer. Because if we have 5 plus 5, that gives us 10. Good job, everyone, if you knew the answer. So remember, if you're looking for the one that is missing at the end, all you have to do is take the number you've been given and then subtract from the second number. But if you're missing the number in the middle, you are going to take the number at the end, or the biggest number that you can find, and subtract the smaller one to get your middle number. Have fun, boys and girls. If you get lost, ask an adult for help, and I'll see you when you're done after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
Boys and girls, we have now come to the end of our lesson, and I hope you had fun. Remember, if you are feeling lost or you don't know what to do or it's really hard, that's okay. You can ask an adult for help. But make sure you try to finish your work by yourself. So now that we are done with our lesson, it's important for us to sanitize. So let's take our sanitizer and we rub inside our hands, around our hands, in between our fingers, on our wrists, and our fingertips too. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. I think Sashi has been trying to come into the classroom. I'm sure he's here by now. Hello, Sashi, where are you? Oh, there you are. So, from Sashi and I would like to say thank you so much for joining us today and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.